What does grammar mean to you? Grammar? That's English teachers' method of torture. It's so pointless, so boring. I love grammar. I love learning the rules. I love the order. My biggest pet peeve is when someone leaves a period off at the end of a sentence. My teacher used to take off 10 points for every grammar mistake. Our essays would bleed from red ink, and sometimes we would get negative grades. Grammar didn't help me communicate, it just scared me from writing. Grammar is just a list of rules. Don't do this, don't do that. I want to write my own way. I don't want rules confining me. What does grammar mean? We'll use an analogy. When I think of grammar, I think of building a treehouse. Imagine this. One morning you wake up and you decide you want to build a treehouse. You go into your dad's shed and gather old pieces of lumber and nails. You have the materials and you have the desire to build a treehouse, but you realize you don't have the tools. Well, building a treehouse is like the process of writing. Your materials are your words. Your tools are the grammar principles you use to assemble the words. Essentially, grammar is the study of the structures and patterns we use to combine words to make meaning. For example, the statement, George loves Anna, is not the same as Anna loves George. Thus, the word order changes the meaning. In short, the main purpose of studying grammar is to help us communicate effectively. The good news is you've already learned most of the rules. Actually, you knew the basic rules by the time you were in kindergarten. The problem is these rules have become intuitive. That is, you aren't normally conscious of the rules. By becoming aware of the grammar principles and adding more to the ones you already know, you will become a better writer. So in this class, we'll be refining and expanding your repertoire in our workshop lessons and workshop sessions. Before we talk about our approach to grammar, let's think about how grammar has been taught traditionally.
I was dreaming of the past.
Traditionally, grammar was taught for the sake of grammar. The importance of grammar stems from the classical Greek and Roman cultures, and surges in the Middle Ages, and then again in the Age of Enlightenment. These 17th and 18th century grammarians, like Bishop Lothe and Lindley Murray, advocated aligning English with Latin. This led to rules such as the split infinitives and ending sentences with prepositions as sinful. Over the years, the pendulum of grammar instruction has swung back and forth from one extreme in which students painfully do exercise after exercise grammar to the other extreme where there's no grammar instruction at all. Tonight, go home and ask your parents how they learned grammar. In our class, we're going to walk the middle ground with what I call the workshop method. Teaching grammar in isolation doesn't help you become a better writer, so we're going to learn grammar in the context of writing. Where is this going to happen? In the shed. Rather than teaching the tools just to know the tools, we're going to learn about the tools in the context of building the treehouse. In other words, we're going to learn about the tools in our workshop mini lessons, and then practice them in our own writing. We'll learn about the wide array of tools that's out there. Just as you would not want to build a treehouse with just a hammer, we'll learn about all the different tools you can use to make the coolest treehouse. As a warning, this will take time, but view it as an investment. Learning and practicing the tools might be hard at first, but once you know how to use the tools, you can build anything. In addition, you'll have a sketchbook, also known as the writer's notebook, where we will do a lot of our exploration and writing and learning. In addition, we'll become sentence stalkers and we'll record our favorite sentences in the notebooks. Get excited! Workshop sessions will also take place in the shed. We'll share our ideas and writing with others. This will be a safe, supportive, and positive community. We'll revise together. This will not be a place of punishment where you correct all your mistakes. Instead, we'll help revise to communicate more effectively. In short, we'll write to learn and learn to write. And always remember, mistakes are a sign of progress. Lastly, we'll use mentor text. which are examples from the published world to help us get inspired. We'll surround ourselves in a language-rich and literary-rich environment. This will help us develop an eye to read like writers. In summary, grammar is a means, not an end. The purpose of our grammar instruction is to help you build a treehouse. The purpose of our grammar instruction is to help you find your voice.